Testimony resuming today in the federal hate crimes trial against Ahmaud Arbery's killers, Gregory and Travis McMichael, along with their neighbor William Roddy Bryan, pleading not guilty, saying race did not motivate them to chase and kill the unarmed black man jogging through their neighborhood. But today's testimony has explosive evidence pointing to a history of racism and hate. Our Haley Mason live in Glenn County right now, and the first person called to testify, an FBI intelligence analyst. Good afternoon, Haley.
Karen, good afternoon. Today's testimony from that forensic expert with the FBI has been disturbing and the most detailed by far, pointing to very specific examples of each defendant expressing hatred for African Americans and in some cases a desire to kill them. You can see the Arbery family commenting on this across the street outside the federal courthouse right at this hour as court is just broken for recess, for lunch recess. The Department of Justice, though, has pulled years of text messages, Facebook posts, and private messages that show repeated evidence that each defendant associated African Americans with being criminals and expressed desire to harm them with guns and cars. There's excessive use of the N-word and other racial slurs today. Travis McMichael, for example, in many text messages and social media posts talked about how he hates N-words, saying they ruin everything. He posted about killing black people with his shotgun. In one post, he even wrote he keeps his shotgun loaded with high point fives and could blow a hole through someone, then going on to call black people criminals and subhuman savages, asking people to run over local Black Lives Matter protesters with their cars. Greg McMichael also posting about a gun in one hand is better than an entire police force on the phone, referring to African Americans as the N-word and criminals. Roddy Bryan, just a few days before the shooting, found out his daughter was dating a black man and was very upset, saying she doesn't care about herself and we don't care about her. He repeatedly called the MLK parade the monkey parade, calling black people boot lips and the N-word. The DOJ bringing up all of this evidence to show that they supported vigilantism and racism. Listen to the Arbery family spokesperson on this comment.
We saw the interviews with Mr. McMichael, Greg McMichael, where he's laughing and making jokes about purchasing guns and refers to Ahmaud just like he's talking about nothing. Where is the remorse?
An arm wine in court sitting next to Marcus Arbery had to console him. Her arm stayed wrapped around him through most of the testimony as he shook his head and hung his head as he heard some of these very disturbing details come out about the inner thoughts and conversations from the defendants. We took a lunch break for an hour. We'll be back with more testimony from the next witness in this afternoon's hearing. Reporting live outside the federal courthouse in Brunswick, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.
All right, Haley, thanks so much.